eyes.
The basic idea of detasseling seed corn plants isn't all that complicated.
Okay, so it's all pointed. You can tell the difference between these and these. They're very skinny and they're a different color and just pops right out of the center. And right here in the center, if you pull it out, is the tassel. It separates right here, and eventually it flowers and it turns into this.
But these kids represent at least the third pass through Monsanto's Illiopolis area fields. The first run is handled by a machine that chops off the tops of the female rows.
And then we run through with a machine puller that will pull about 80 to 90% of the tassels mechanically. And then we're following up with the crews.
The reason for this whole process is to create hybrid seed corn, a cross of two different varieties, the male and the female rows.
So we're detasseling the female to create that cross. We want to pull those tassels out so that they're not pollinating themselves, and it's crossed by the male, the other inbred line.
But why kids want to do this type of work is another question.
It makes good money, especially if you do it every year. You get a little bit more money every year.
And when you have kids walking through tall corn, safety is obviously a big concern. That's why everyone's provided with a set of gloves, a hat with a face mask, and of course safety glasses to protect their eyes.
We have EMTs that are assigned to each one of the crews, and they're constantly monitoring us. Along with myself, I'm walking through, the kids asking them, how you feeling? Are you feeling dizzy or anything? Make sure they get hydrated.
This year, these crews are actually getting a bit of a head start.
Usually by the 4th of July, we're just getting started. This year, we're probably into 30% of our acres.
But the early start hasn't helped with what is easily the worst part of the job for the detasselers.
The last few years have been pretty hot, but it helps get kids used to it early so we don't have to worry about it later.
And these hardworking kids have some advice for anybody thinking about picking up this summer job.
Get ready for the heat.
Be prepared to work at least until it gets really hot, and then be prepared to work in the hot.
You got to really be ready for the heat and be able to work. It's not really for everybody, I wouldn't say.
In Sangamon County, Mike Brooks, ABC News Channel 20.
That's a wrap.